It's finally here. It's the 124017 from WLToys, 112 scale, brushless, 75 kilometers an hour. We shall find out. Let's get it on the bench. That's right, we've got the 124017 from WLToys, and in this video we're going to get it out the box. It's already out the box. We're going to take a closer look at it, we're going to charge a battery, we're going to take it for a run, see how fast it is, and then we're going to take it for a bash. They have done a really nice job on the box this time. It's got some really nice box art with all the details on there. That's the 018, that's coming out soon. I'll have one of them at some point on the channel. 60 amp ESC, oil shocks, brushless motor. I think it's 3,400 kV, I'll double check. And this is the one we have got. USB charger, wheel hex, and some instructions. This comes with a 2,200 milliamp hour LiPo, and it comes with a standard like WLToys transmitter, which are really good. One-handed driving, no problem with these. You've got your throttle duration, so you can turn the throttle down. So if you've got people that are new to the hobby, that aren't used to some crazy speeds, you can turn the throttle down so it's a little bit more manageable. And then you've got your steering trim to make sure you're going in a straight line. And this is the buggy. And I just looked at it, and the body, I don't know if you see, the body is crooked. It's sticking up there, and it's low down there. And underneath I can see where they put the cables for the motor across the top there, it's actually hitting the body, which is twisting the body that way. So I think we need to take them off and try and reroute them or put them somewhere else, because that is not ideal. You want your body to sit nice and flush, don't you? Body is a really nice blue colour, matching wheels, and this is different to the brushed version because you've got like off-road knobbly tyres on this one, and they look really nice. No grease in them diffs. I mentioned this on, if you'd watched my video of the Eachine, we'll talk about this in a minute. I mentioned that there's no oil, or sorry, no grease in the diffs, which is a little bit annoying, and we need to start getting some grease. We need these diffs greased from the factory rather than having to pull these things apart. There's only a small negative on it, and they run okay without the grease in them, but I do recommend, if you've got the time beforehand, pull the diffs out, put a bit of grease in, good to go. So it comes with a 3,400 kV brushless motor, a 60 amp ESC. You've got a 3-wire servo under there. It actually goes into a proper receiver now. So the brushed versions have a 2-in-1 ESC and receiver. This is a separate receiver, so a nice little upgrade. Adjustable turnbuckles at the front for your camber and tow, metal drive shafts, metal diffs, metal chassis, metal shock towers, big bore alloy shocks that are very nice. WLToys do make some nice oil shocks for their stuff. Same in the back, metal diffs, diff cups, drive shafts, camber adjustment, metal diff in there, metal hinge pin bracket, shock tower. Be nice to see them start using hex head instead of cross head screws though, like the LC Racing. But overall, these are a decent little buggy. Now, the Eachine EA14 or EAT14, which is the 1/14 scale, this is 112 scale. They are actually identical underneath there. Same motors, same ESCs, same servo. You got your little you got your little capacitors there for your ESC. Same receiver in there. The shock towers are a slightly different colour, but I think they're pretty much exactly the same. These are just anodized gold. There's no difference on the suspension components on them. Both the same. Obviously this one being 1/12 and this being 1/14, it's just a longer wheelbase, but there is no other differences. I'm pretty sure they cost the same as well. There is one difference actually, apart from the size. The WLToys battery is 2,200 and the Eachine says it's 2,800. The WLToys one is slightly wider, even though it's a lesser capacity, although this one is slightly longer. I'd be interested to see which one's faster. I'm presuming this is geared the same. I'll just take that cover off and check it before we take it out for a run. But if they're geared the same, it'd be interesting to see if one is faster than the other. Obviously the longer wheelbase of the WLToys is going to keep it a bit more stable. This thing, however, was loads of fun. And if you've seen the video, you're able to backflip this thing as well without too much hassle. Really good fun, really fast as well. I won't tell you how fast because I don't want to spoil the speed run for that. So what we do is I'm going to move the motor cables so that they don't push that body up. While they're out of the way, let's just take the gear cover off and let's have a look at the gearing. So the Eachine was the stock gearing. Slight cogging from that as well. So there was slightly damp grass, but shouldn't make a difference to something like that really. You wouldn't expect it to cog unless it's over geared. And I think with the stock gearing, so this is the same stock gearing, same as the brushed ones, which gives this a decent amount of speed on 2S. Yet to try them on 3S, but we will do some speed runs. Although on this video, we're just gonna do a quick run and then we're gonna take it out for a bash. So I've changed the cable arrangement, but it's actually the ESC that's just pushing on just under there that's making that body crooked. Now I know it's only something trivial, but I just don't like it. There's the gap that side. If I hold it upside down, look, got a big gap there, and then nothing there. Yeah, I just don't like things like that. If you look at the Eachine one, look, it's nice and flush. It's the ESC fits just about in the top there, so it sits nicely. Whereas this one is on the wonk. We'll sort it. First impressions though, always about the first impressions. Right, quick speed run then. I actually forgot to do this before the bash, so this video, this little bit of footage is after we've been for a bash. Fully charged the battery again. I got probably a little bit more space in than I had with the Eachine. I'm expecting a little bit more speed from this. Oh, come on. Oh, signal on these is not great, these controllers. Come on. Full throttle, there we go. Whoa. Nice and straight actually. I did tweak the steering trim a little bit, but it runs nice and true. Whoa. We gathered a bit of tree there. Right, 59 kilometers an hour is what the Eachine got. Claims 75. We know that these don't really do box speed, but I'm sure it will on 3S. So I'm expecting a little bit more because we had a bit more of a run. 64, there we go. Good effort. Bang on 40 mile an hour. So not quite 75, although I think the good website says 70 kilometers an hour. We'll take 64. Anyway, let's go back to yesterday where I took this for a bash. Right then, I'm expecting good things from this. Oh, my steering's way off. Where's my steering trim? There we go. Really quick servo on these. Really quick, look at that. Super fast. Anyway, I'm expecting relatively big things from this. Yes. Because I already had experience of the electronics on the EAT14, so I know it's got some power. Straight out of the box, straight off the bat, it is a little bit more stable actually. That longer wheelbase jumps much better. This is nice. Well done, WLToys. This is nice. Oh. Plenty of power. Plenty of power. This thing rips. It's a decent track here. It needs to be a bit wider actually. What a cool buggy. doesn't really like the shorter wheelbase one, because that longer wheelbase, it is more stable. Absolutely rips. So I know the question you're all going to be asking, this one or the little 1/14 scale, well, I mean, they both rip. This just got a bit more stability, a little bit more stable, he says. A little bit more stable, just as far, whoa, just as fast. Both fun. Because they're both the same price though, I'm sure they're both the same price, I'd say this is probably the better buy. I'd definitely say this is maybe the better buy. Although you'll have fun with both, whichever one you choose, you will have fun with both. Does suffer that cogging though, the same as the other one. Although, yeah, I don't know actually, not as much, but it might be. The other day when I brought the other one out, it was a little bit damp as well, so. It's the same electronics, so I can't imagine that there's anything different to stop this from having that same sort of cogging effect as the Eachine. It's exactly the same motor, same ESC, same receiver, the lot. Yeah, so that does suffer a bit of cogging. This one is more stable in the air, but I'm not sure it's as agile. I'm not sure you could backflip this. Should we try? Maybe. Nah, you're not going to be able to backflip this as well as the smaller one. But it certainly jumps. Yes. Oh, battery's out. So it's a tough one, isn't it? So many options for your list. This is definitely on a recommended list. Fast, stable, stable, fast. It is stable, I promise. It is stable. Fast, stable, looks good. You need some oil in them diffs, or sorry, need some grease in them diffs. Slight cogging, so a little bit over geared. But man, this thing is fun. There's that cogging again, look. Awesome bit of kit. Whew, that took a hit. Yeah, there we go, look. Quite common for these to pop the turnbuckles off. Pop them back on, job done. Man, it jumps. Cheers for watching, guys. See you next time. Oh yeah, won't be able to do that again.